Hey, whoa, look at that. It's a Kamen Rider Geats spinoff, so you're getting a Gateway to Geats .5 thingamajig. We're just gonna talk about the Punkjack Special, because hey, it's the Punkjack Special. It's fun, it's neat. So, how well does this special line up with how we've been kind of talking about the themes of Geats? In short, very, and long, this is ultimately a story of like two men's dreams being stripped and shattered. So, one plot line is the friend of Punkjack. I don't think I remember his name, but basically, it was a member of Punkjack's band that they were trying to be a success. They were middling at best. They weren't getting the money that they needed to do, and basically Punkjack Win was like, hey, you have a kid on the way. We haven't had any concrete success. Let's break up the band. Let's try and build something for ourselves, right? And like, dude's devastated because it's obvious this is a big part of his life and everything. And like, it's kind of showing that desires can and should change with new stuff in life. Of like, should he be solely focusing on a band when he has a new young family happening around him? But he wants his family, he wants to be in the band, he wants the band to work, and he wants that band to support his family. So ultimately what he does is enter the Grand Prix, the Desire Grand Prix, to achieve that goal. He wants the band to be a success and to get Win back and to get the band started. Like, he just wants everything to work, you know? But ultimately, when faced with danger, he runs. A very reasonable thing for anybody in that kind of situation to do. He just runs away. And because of this, we get to see some interesting world building stuff for the DGP on how they handle deserters. They chase them down and go like, hey, either you go back and play, or we're gonna beat you, like, we're just gonna eliminate you ourselves. And it's just like, oh shit. And that's when Win and the bandmate, like, come back and face to face together, and Punkjack basically learns of like, oh man, no, there could have been a way for us to go forward. Maybe we all could have helped out the family. Maybe we could have been more, and I possibly cut ourselves short. But the bandmate doesn't want to risk his life, doesn't want to risk that, considering he has a family on the way. So he voluntarily quits the game, and they're like, alright, cool. Boop, boop. Out of the game. He disappears like many a writer has in the past, and his memory's wiped, and he gets to just go back to living in the regular world. Meanwhile, after the band was disbanded, Win goes on a drinking binge, gets a massive amount of debt. He may have already had that debt, and basically goes to his grandfather going like, I fucked up. And he's like, yeah, you did fuck up. You're joining this creepy organization. And it's fascinating because I love these scenes with the DGP of just seeing the sausage made, of just seeing like, oh, this is how the Desire Grand Prix works, all the machinations. It's good world building here. And when Punkjack climbs through the ranks and he joins the security team, he's good at the job. Like, this isn't the job he wanted, but he's good at it. And he's getting some fulfillment from that. And I think that's interesting. It's just really playing with the maturity and desire and how desire changes as you grow and all that kind of stuff. But then we do have that scene with the bandmate, because earlier in the episode, he does see the memory elimination thing, right? So he says, okay, let me go talk to the bandmate on his free day. And they have the conversation, and the guy goes like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in playing music anymore. And Win is just like, fuck. Oh, this guy lost a major part of him, a major passion for himself. And like, as he's leaving, he sees the bandmate though meet up with his girlfriend who's pregnant and is just overjoyed at his family. The bandmate's just overjoyed at being a dad, you know? And Punkjack is sitting there going like, is this the right thing? He's lost his will and desire to be the band, do the make music and all that stuff, but he's safe. He has a job. Apparently he's working at the venue that they always frequent, so he has a steady job. He's taking care of his family, and he looks to be excited about his family. Is it fair that he lost his desire to make music? Is that the right thing to do? And it's just a very interesting adult way of like looking at this desire theme that Geats has been going through. But then, of course, we get ranked back to the base idea of desire, because the security team just goes like, hey, so Win, you've been pretty cool. We're bringing you in. We're tired of just being monkeys for their system. We are going to cause a mutiny. We're going to force them to give us our desires. And it's like, oh shit. And like, oh no, what's going to happen? And then the original Game Master, he comes back, it's fun, cool. Basically recruits him to become Punkjack and take down all the security team that causes a mutiny. And then the Game Master mind controls them, and that's where he got the drones. A bit of world building we didn't need, but hey, now we know where he got all those drones. They're the corpses of the security team. Oh boy. But ultimately, Win's just kind of going like, my world has changed, and while I can't be the rock star I wanted to be, I do see the value in what I'm doing now, especially now that Ace has come into my life, and he is truly shaking things up, and we can make a good difference in the world. This is a really interesting special. This is a fascinating thing. And it's really focused on the loss of desire aspect of this, right? The bandmate gets that desire forced away because he quit the game, he got his memories erased, the desire got sucked up by the goddess. However, it is clear that other things are fundamentally making him fulfilled. He has a new family, he has the job, he's not self-destructive. It seems like he's going to be in an okay place. However, Win loses his desire not through like the weird machinations of the magic of the show, but through real world consequences. Band's not successful. He fails at his dream. He becomes an alcoholic. He has to get a crummy job that he's not that interested in. And yeah, he's good at it, and he fundamentally finds some happiness within the job he's doing. It's not the job he wants to be doing, right? He gets stuck with bosses that don't give a shit about him. It's just use him as a pawn and a tool. And this is really kind of focusing on the idea, is it better to forget? Is it better to... How should we hold on to our desires? Should we hold on to them so hard, so fast that we can never grow as a person? Or do we let these desires fade as we grow up and become different people? Do we let the I dream of being in a band disappear because, well, you need a job to pay off your debts. You need a job to take care of your young family. But you can also find new passions, and how does that relate to this desire? Because, again, bandmate finds contentment in his family and becoming a dad, and Punkjack finds new passion in just being able to help people in Ace's new world. He's like, all right, cool. I'm working with Ace for saving people. It's cool. And I think it's a really cool to see them tackle this theme in a much more mature is the wrong word. I think it's like it's a different nuance that the show just hasn't been able to. That is a little bit more mature because it is tackling it from a very adult perspective of sometimes you can't accomplish your dreams, and that's just really good. This special was amazing. I absolutely loved it. The world building was really, really cool. I loved seeing the sausage. I love seeing how everything works and functions. And I love seeing, like, oh yeah, no, these people package up all the things. These guys are the security. It answers questions that you weren't thinking about because it's like, it's saying, oh, these are how is Batman changing the oil in the Batmobile. They're not questions you need answered, but knowing the answer is kind of fun. And it's really cool to go back and see what was happening before all the show stuff went down. And this really made Punkjack a much more nuanced character. He was already pretty nuanced. He was pretty cool. But now he has a greater depth to him. And I think he really benefits from this special. I hope Keiwa benefits from the Shinobi special just as much. And that's it for this 0.5 episode of Gateway to Geats. Hey, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the video. And please leave a comment. I will be talking about the comments on this video, not this week's Gateway to Geats, but next week's Gateway to Geats. So we will talk about the comments on this video if you leave them. Don't worry. So subscribe to see that coming soon. Oh, by the way, subscribe to see a fully scripted video essay style, not one of these like impromptu, improv-y things, review and analysis of the Geats Revice movie. That's coming up soon, also with a very special cameo from a certain individual who co-hosts podcasts with me. So look forward to that. Also, you can follow me on social media platforms at Boingo_Rider, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all those kind of places. And follow me on Tumblr. And I stream on Twitch, but we're kind of in a flux period. So follow me on Twitter to see when I'm streaming. And till next time, keep on Geatsing on.